the plot of To Wong Foo, Thanks Everything Julie Newmar, is about 3 drag queens on their journey across America and their car breaks down, which inadvertently happened to us in Manchester for Manchester Pride. And they wind up in a town, a little Midwestern town. And
Schneidersville.
They basically sprinkle a little glitter and just help the townspeople understand their worth and understand their self-worth. And then they pack up and go, leaving a trail of glitter behind them.
That is really good. So Douglas, who's our amazing writer, Douglas Carter Beane, actually wrote the movie. And he originally wrote it to be on stage. And then when he sent it to his agent, she read it, and then he was like, actually, maybe this could be a movie. And then it just went down that road, and I think Steven Spielberg got on board, and then it all just sort of snowballed, roller coastered, and then and then came To Wong Foo, and then how many years later? 30 years later.
30 years.
Nearly 30 years. Yeah, he's now adapted it for the stage.
5, 6, 7, feel my light, feel my power, feel the beat, beat, watch me walk, feel my light, feel my glamour, feel the heat, watch me walk.
Well, first of all, compared to like Kinky Boots, it's amazing to have 3 drag queens who are the leading women.
That's the same in Priscilla,
yeah,
is it?
but also Priscilla is a jukebox musical, so we know the songs. This was written for this, so everything that you see makes sense with the story. Not to say that it doesn't, but a jukebox musical, you have certain lyrics that you have to like obtain to, but this is written for this, and it's written to celebrate drag and the era that it was written for as well.
Will no one care? Will no one dare to help her? Will no one say you're worth it, child? Take my hand, we'll touch the sky.
The score is beautiful. It's kind of like, it touches on so many different styles. I mean, it's giving me Rent, it's giving me Sondheim, it's giving me kind of like modern musicals and like pop sometimes. It's almost like
it's giving also like proper like club music from the 90s as well.
Yeah, it's like a pastiche, so you get all these different flavors, and there's even opera in it. It really goes around the houses, and like we get to play vocally as well. It's really, really fun. The score is beautiful, really is beautiful.
Just want to be something special. Just want a moment to shine. Just want to not be laughed at, cursed at, told you're wrong. Just want to feel like you belong.
I have no drag experience. So these girls, in fact, all the girls and the queens in the room have taught me so much, and I'm literally learning on fast forward. But I'm learning from the best. I
did a little show called Bring It On, and so I can run a block in some heels. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wore my mom's heels when I was 5, strutting down like my hallway to I Will Survive. So
I did that.
Yeah, so I think that kind of like, that inner child came out when we started rehearsals.
I definitely used to dress up in my mum's clothes, for sure.
Yeah.
And like I had some friends who lived down the road. There were 3 girls, and they had a little dressing up box, and I would always insist that I was the queen, and they had to be my servants. So I guess that was a little drag warm up.
Yes.
It was.
Dare to be flawless, dare to be free, rise to the beat, and ready for me. Dare to be flawless, dare to be free. Tonight's the night, well, get ready for me. Can you feel it?
You know, there's so much going on in the press at the moment about, you know, what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. You know, there's an attack on the trans community. They're trying to shut down drag culture in America. You know, they're stopping same-sex marriage in same-sex couples having kids in Italy, and all this stuff is happening. And it's just like, this show has come at an amazing time where it's just, you know, it's a celebration essentially of just being you and and I want to swear, but just, screw what everyone else thinks. It's just like, you be you, and don't worry about everyone else.
I want audiences to take away that this is a show unlike any other. It's a love letter to women. It's a love letter to the art of drag. It's 90s at its best. And I just want to preface that, because I feel like we are saturated with Drag Race and drag queens being everywhere, which is amazing. This is a particular part of the history of drag. And so I think that knowing that going in, you can just relinquish any expectations, because we're going to surpass them.
I think besides the beautiful gowns and the amazing wigs and
the heels.
Besides all of that, it's about remembering behind drag performers and behind LGBTQ people, there's 3 human beings who deserve to be respected. Like, for example, my character sings a song about wanting to have a prince, and it's like, even the whore can love someone, you know what I mean? But even that's funny, but it is true.
Please keep that in.
but because everyone is human at the end, and everyone deserves to be respected.
Oh, yeah. I love you. You're so brilliant. Yeah, having Douglas in the room is he's got so many stories about drag in New York, and it's just what a world it was, and it's just it's so enlightening, isn't it? Mm-hmm. I mean, we weren't born. Were you born back then?
Were you born?
I'm not saying anything. Please.